Welcome back, everyone. You're looking at the finish line picture from our recent tournament where the Blue Woody pulled off a pretty big upset, and the favorite, the Millennium Falcon, came in actually 5th place. So we're going to take a look at that race again and see if we learn anything. We'll race them a couple more times and see if we get the same results. But before we get to that, we want to take a look at the cars that did the worst in the tournament and see if we can fix them up and improve their times any. Okay. We just completed our race. The 40s Woody won that race. The Millennium Falcon did real well. But on this video, I thought we'd concentrate on the cars that didn't do well. And you're looking at them here. These were the bottom 6 cars in the race. So I'm going to go over what happened with them and what we found when we looked at them. First one up is this Super Comp Dragster. There's actually nothing wrong with him with his wheels. But when you look at the track that's up at the 6-lane track, they're more narrow than the regular Hot Wheel track. When you look at those, he doesn't have any problem on these tracks, but he drags just a little bit. These tailpipes hit the 6-lane raceway. So we're going to give him a wider track to start out with and see if that helps his time. A lot of the cars had problems like the Speedbox has, and it still has it a little bit. These tires should kind of move up and down on the axles pretty freely. These move a little bit. They didn't move at all before. So we freed them up and they spin okay. And we're hoping that that makes a difference for him. Before, there was just no give, and there's still very little give on these tires on their axles. RD08, I don't think we're going to be able to help him too much. We gave him a little bit of silicone oil, but his tires do move up and down the axle pretty well now. They weren't doing that before. But these type of bumpy tires, they are going to be a hindrance to him. So we'll see how much he improves. Then Supdogg back here, he had the same problem. His tires barely moved on the axle, and they still don't move that well, just a little bit, even with the silicone oil. He had another problem too, is that he has very little clearance between the fenders and the tires. So we used a utility knife to just make as much clearance as we could. And now they don't touch. And if you look at the spinning, that's pretty good.
That is good. So now he's not a Dalmatian, and now he's a Greyhound?
We'll see. See how he does. He had the same problem as Supdogg. This is Rip Rod. These tires didn't move up and down the axle much. I don't know if it's paint or something that happens when they're in their package. They get stuck. So we tried to give him as much room as we could. They go pretty good now. And the last guy, and this was the hardest one to fix. I'm still not really convinced I fixed. His tires didn't move up these axles much at all. And when I fixed one side, the other side would get stuck completely. So I kind of had to push that axle a little bit in so that the tires on both sides could spin. And now they do. I'd say that's pretty good.
Yeah, good job.
That's better. The back tires seem totally free. Front tires.
This McLaren can roll now.
Hopefully. So he's got some give. He tends to get stuck. Now that looked pretty good. So what we're going to do is have a race with these guys and see how much they can improve with our little bit of silicone oil and using the utility knife. Up next will be the race. Okay, let's see if these guys do any better. These are the bottom finishers from the previous tournament. We've got a wide lane for the Super Comp Dragster. Everybody else has been reworked. Pretty even race so far with that green McLaren trying to catch up. Good race. Let's see if they improved. And everybody dramatically improved their time. Supdogg by over a second. Here are the stats we had leading into the championship race. It certainly seemed to us that the Falcon should win that, but he didn't. The Woody did. Let's see what happens if we race them again. These cars are totally cold. Let's see if that makes a difference. And it's funny to see the matchbox out in front here first. It's like a very even race. Almost no clear winner at all. But the Falcon didn't win, the Woody didn't win, it looks like the Triumph and the Lambo won. We wouldn't have expected that either. Okay, these guys are all warmed up. Let's see if that makes a difference. Falcon does seem to have gotten out to a little better of a start in this race. But he is getting pressure from the Woody and the Veneno. So the Falcon takes it, and he does get that flashy time that he posted in one of the earlier heats. So maybe warming up helps him a lot more than the other cars. So what did we learn from all this? There is some benefit to racing cars when they're warmed up if you want them to get their maximum speed, and it can make a difference in the outcome of the race. But for the most part, you can't tell if the cars are in good shape and they're running close times. You can't tell who's going to win. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this. I'm glad we were able to fix up those slow cars. Maybe they'll show up in a future tournament. Good luck to everyone out there. Stay safe.